Good day, everybody. This is a Florida Golden Girl. Today's lunchtime adventure takes me to my hometown of Winter Garden here in Central Florida. Another park. We are on our way to the chiropractor. This is a local park that we sometimes go to, and I thought I'd take you along on this little bit of an adventure. Well, there it is. It's a sidekick. So this is my sidekick, and today we're going to be looking at and walking around and taking and appreciating nature. What do you think?
It's another lake. It's all right. I mean, it's okay. It's a small little quiet lake in the middle of Winter Garden, one of Central Florida's nicest cities.
So do you think it's up and coming, or is it already?
No, I think this is about as big as it's ever going to get. Downtown has all the nice shops and everything. I remember 35 years ago, there was absolutely nothing here. It was all trees, all trees.
And now?
And now it's still nice. You know, it's semi-developed. It's better semi than fully. You know, because if you have it all totally too much developed, then you bring in a lot of crime.
All right, so we're going to take a little bit of a walk around the park.
That one.
All right, let's go. Well, so the weather today is a little bit warmer than it was last week through our walk in the park on Lake Butler in Windermere Park, recreation area. And so, but still the beautiful thing is when you're retired and you really don't want to be around people, hey, get out and enjoy nature. Because sometimes when you have something to yourself, you kind of are able to take a step back and appreciate it more. And this is just one of those things. You know, we've been so busy our entire lives working and supporting, you know, ourselves, each other, our careers, our parents, etc. You never really stop to appreciate around you. You know, I've had flashbacks of different places that me and my sidekick have been stationed at. And I don't really think we ever really stopped to appreciate. Well, in DC we did. You know, it was always the museums, or the one museum we always went to was, what was it, that aviation museum? What was it?
The Dulles Aerospace Museum.
Oh.
Aerospace and Science Museum.
I'll tell you, if he could live there, he would.
Yep.
Nice place, though.
Beautiful place. It's all forests, way out where the Dulles Airport is. It was hardly developed. I'm sure it's been, what, over how many years now? 10 years? 15 years?
The last time we went was 2012 for our 15th wedding anniversary.
10 years.
Yeah. And so we haven't been back since. Isn't this pretty? Just look at this. So they've got little stations around here where you could feed the ducks. And normally this place is kind of busy early in the morning, where, you know, these are older homes over here. That's a trailer court over there. And so normally you don't really see it as busy in other places where everyone's out walking. I think, you know, people are especially our age, they're still leery of COVID, and you can't blame them. And so they're not wanting to really be around people, so they try to pick the time where they can come out and enjoy a little bit of nature and not have to worry about anybody being around. You know, that fear is always, I think, going to be with us, because as you grow older, then you kind of start becoming more fearful, because it doesn't take much for some of us to become sick. Oh, okay, so there is a duck right there. And so it's cool they have, so if you see that little station there, that's where you can put some change in and feed the ducks. Now, I don't know if there's any fish or anything in that lake, but still, there has to be plenty of something for them to survive on. So, yeah. So I hope everyone is having an enjoyable week so far. This is the second week in May. I mean, already. Doesn't it seem like, you had May the 4th be with you, and then you had Cinco de Mayo, and now you got, now you're in the second week of May. And so, and it's, people are graduating. You may have grandchildren or great-grandchildren graduating from a school, whether it's, kindergarten, primary, middle school, junior high, or whatever. And this is such an exciting time because, we kind of often reflect back on our own, when we were 17 and 18 or 16 and graduating from high school, and, you suddenly find yourself changed and you're ready to move on. You're making plans. And it's an exciting time in a young adult's life because, then they have to figure out, well, what's the next step? So, you're going to see this bird over here. Now, what is that? That's a stork of some type, but they are protected. They are a protected species here in Florida, and they're really kind of cool. You see them all over the place, but they normally travel in twos. And so the neat thing is that, they have no fear. They will come up, not right near you, but close enough. So, yeah, it's kind of cool.
We had an alligator over here.
Yeah?
Last year. I think they took it out.
Yeah, because you got there's another duck there. That's
No, that's a pelican.
No, right there, but right
look.
behind. I know, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then near it, if you look
Oh, I see
underneath
the
the
duck
tree,
underneath.
that's a mallard.
But look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that big pelican.
yeah. I said they're protected species. No, it's some type of stork. I don't know the name of it, but yeah, it's protected. They they don't really bother anybody. They just kind of do their own thing wherever it is they want to do. But like I said, this is an older area. I did. And yeah, just remember in last week's video where I said that the park we went to, that the water levels went down? Look at this. I don't know if you could see, but do you see that light green area? That's where the water level was. And it's went down that much in such a short time. And it could be because we've had such brutal hot weather lately, even though it's rained. So I'm kind of not sure what the deal is with that, but
Yeah, actually all this was all the way up near, halfway between that tree and that hay bush.
Yeah.
It was like halfway.
Mm-hmm.
And look, there's a turtle.
Oh yeah, look at that.
He's just hanging out.
Look at that, folks. That is, I don't know, that's a snapping turtle or a tarpon. How many of you had turtles? We had boxcar turtles when we were kids, or tarpons. I never had a snapping turtle, but we loved them things. They were so easy to find, and we'd put them in, we'd put them in a box or, with grass and everything, and they lived a great life until, it was time to let them go. We were never cruel to keep them, for a long time. There's a time when, you could enjoy them, but and now, might be a gopher turtle, but yeah, that's kind of cool. You see how nice this is just, you're retired and, you got an opportunity to get out and enjoy, life, or take a walk around your local park and just appreciate, the ability to get out and enjoy. Or if you can't get out and enjoy, come along with us. We enjoy having each and every one of you join us on our walk today. My doctor's always harping about, exercise, blah, 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 and I get it. But sometimes, you're so overwhelmed by things that's going on in your own life. Look at that you really don't have time. Or bend and do some stretching exercises. It's not a bad way to go. Doing something, leg lifts. They've got these bite things that's portable. And look at that. And you'd be surprised. I know that there's people that absolutely think that going to a thrift store is such an evil thing. Yeah, believe it or not. But, there are people that, things have gotten so expensive that you really have to penny pinch where you can. And if you can't afford to buy, why not try your local thrift store? Don't go to Goodwill or Salvation Army. They're, all the junk is just there, Try the best thrift stores I've found, folks, is those ran by churches, or the smaller ones, like they have animal leagues that, that have thrift stores. Veteran places have thrift stores. Check there. There might be some cool workout stuff that you can find if you would prefer to do it at home. Or if you're on Medicare. Okay, I'm not going to be on Medicare until next year, so I've got a bit of a reprieve. And so I'm having to start doing research on that. So you might have a Silver Sneakers program where your local YMCA, you might be able to get out and find something there. Or there's community centers where the elderly are able to go for the day and you can hang out with your buddies or whatever. When we were young, how many of us had so many friends and go and hang out and had an active social life? But then when you're older, your friends aren't there anymore. Everybody's up and moved somewhere else and you're stuck in place. And you find that making friends is super hard to do. And I get that. Life is lonely, for some of us, when we reach retired life. But it doesn't have to be lonely. You can certainly, if you remember when we were kids, they had these pen pal places where you can write. There's a website called Global, Global, penfriends.org or com. Or just do Global Pen Friends in Google. And you actually can find pen friends there. And you could write, or you could do through a letter or email. And I've met some really wonderful ladies. I write to somebody in Wales, Switzerland, Poland, England, and Japan. And we've been pen friends for a couple years, and it's really cool. You can have virtual pen friends that way, And I have another lady. She is a veteran. She lives up in Oregon, and she's a really nice person that I'm a pen friend to as well. So yeah, there's always ways to connect. You just have to find them. And I'm sure if anybody has any suggestions, I am going to leave the comments open. Feel free to add those comments there. What do you think, But it is nice. Look at that. Do you see that? Do you see how that's where that sand is? That used to be. So I don't know what the heck is going on, folks.
Yeah, all the water.
Yeah.
All the lakes are going down now.
And now, yeah.
In Central Florida.
Yeah, we've been to quite a few. I like going to Leesburg, So for those that are in Central Florida, a really cool thrift store. It's in Leesburg. It's on Highway 27, and it's called Florida Sheriff's Thrift Store. Now, let me tell you, I have found some really cool stuff there. I found, and I have 4 of them, but they're they're vintage anchor hocking, ruffle top vases. Now, these came out 40s, 50s, and the ruby red was the primary color. And I found one in green for $2. And if you're a thrifter that resells, that's a great place to find. Now, you might have to wait, but there's always some interesting things there. I'll go there. I kind of like to switch things up. Oh my gosh, look at this.
It's a community of turtles.
So, yeah, let's go check it out real quick.
That's fun.
I don't know if you could see at a distance, folks, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Let me zoom in on it. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. How cool is that? So we're right across from a school. And school's going to be out pretty soon. So, where we live, I think I mentioned they've got, yeah, look at that. They're jumping back in the water. Where there's been issues with parents and, not thinking about the safety of their kids. And, oh my gosh. Again, I can thank my lucky stars that, when we were kids, we...
I scared them away.
Oh, you did?
They saw me. All 4 just like plunged in there.
Can you recall when you were a kid and did you walk to school?
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah, I mean, every school I've been, I've walked. Except, elementary, my parents drove me to elementary.
I'll tell you,
But middle school, no, we walked. High school, we took the bus.
When I was in high school, I would either walk or I'd take the bus, and sometimes it would be so cold waiting for the bus, I'd have to walk. But yeah, when you didn't have to worry, you could walk with your friends, and you didn't have the nonsense then going on now. Which makes me glad I was able to have some type of childhood where it was free. And, summers we were out. Remember summers, when it was that last day and you had the whole summer, parents would plan trips, or you could stay out late with your friends and spend the night. I think that was the most enjoyable thing I liked was, I had 2 really good friends. One, her name was Rochelle, who had since passed, and then my other very good friend was Faye, and we just enjoyed spending the nights at her house. It was just, she had the coolest mother, and such a nice lady, and I just enjoyed spending time with her family. They kind of adopt you as their own, and I think back on those memories, folks, and they really do give me a little bit of joy, And so this park doesn't have a specific name, but it's located off of Dillard Street in Winter Garden. So we're not far from downtown, but it's probably called Dillard Street Park or something. But I know this is a little bit of a long video, but hey, it's the middle of the week. I'm glad you were able to come along with me and my sidekick on this walk. And, we got to talk about some things and share memories. And what are your plans for the summer? Are you going to do anything exciting? I'd be interested, whether you're going thrifting with friends or just enjoying a day with family or whatever, Again, folks, get out and enjoy life. Enjoy what God gave us, all this green, because it doesn't get any better than that. So me and my sidekick want to say thank you for watching. In the second week of May from Winter Garden, our lunchtime walk. So long for now.